So good morning to one and all present here. Saksi, Hirax, good afternoon. So all of you join your live class. So quickly join your live class. So we'll be discussing the text today. So Divyani Dante. Banking one already we have gone through the deep summary part. So today I'll be discussing some of the important parts of the textbook. So Siddhakar, good morning. Riddhi, good morning. Chaitanya Panchbhai, good morning. Arnav, Hemant Meena has joined, so we are very happy. We're lucky to have Hemant Meena in our group. So, so I think Hemant Meena regularly you are attending classes. Jitan, good morning. So quickly join your live class. So I'll just give you for a minute, then we'll start. Arya Tapasri, good morning. So all of you have got the idea what is all about the story, and I hope that you all have come prepared reading the story. So taking one written by Zium ke Zium Subham. Okay. Zium ke. Okay. So the writer you can see Zium ke Zium is the writer, and he had written one great story named Three Men in a Boat. Clear? So already I discussed with you Three Men in a Boat. Sandhya Muniswari, good morning. So one thing first of all you try to understand making one this is nothing but an extract given from the story Three Men in a Boat. Yes or no? So if we come to the textbook here, you see that I think you all have the textbook. How many students have got the textbook at home? Do you have textbook with you? How many students have textbooks? Okay, Hemant, you have. Subham, very good. So I think Arya Tapas also. Okay. So almost all of you have textbook. Okay. So see your textbook here. I said I would pack. This is the first line given. The writer Zium liked to pack luggage for tips and announced that he would do the packing. It's written in your textbook that I rather pride myself on my packing, and packing is one of those many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. This is the line given to you, okay? And it is given that I impressed the fact upon George and Harris and told them they had better leave the whole matter entirely to me. And they fell into the solution with a readiness that had something uncanny about it. You see the word meaning everything it is given pride myself on means am proud of. So what is happening in the first paragraph? The author himself is ready to pack the luggage for the trip. And he announces that he will do the packing. The entire task should be given to him. But you see what happened. I rather pride myself on my packing, and packing is one of those many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. So first of all, you go through the meaning. Pride means myself. Pride myself on means am proud of. Fell into means here accepted. Fell into. On can it is given already strange and word. Cocked his legs means bend the legs on the knee as he said. So the writer thought that his ability to pack luggage was better than others. Did you understand, Subham? I rather pride myself on my packing. It means the writer thought that his ability to pack the luggage it was better than others. So you try to understand, Jitan, whatever I am explaining, you all of you should pay attention. The first line is given that I rather pride myself on packing. It means the writer shows his ability, or he thought that his ability to pack luggage was better than other people. And in that paragraph, he asked his friends George and Harris also to leave the task of packing to him. He's asking them, you just get aside, let me do the task. He's asking his friends George and Harris to leave the entire task of packing to him. You don't understand? And the two friends also agreed to his offer instantly, which was strange. It is given, you see here the line, I impressed that, or I impressed the fact upon George and Harris and told them they had better leave the whole matter entirely to me. And both of them also were ready. They fell into suggestion with the readiness. That had something uncanny about it. Uncanny means very strange. The two friends they agreed immediately to his offer when the writer said, okay, you leave the task. Both were very happy. And the two friends they agreed to his offer instantly, which was really very, very strange. And after that, what has happened? George spread himself over the easy chair and Harris propped his legs on the table. When the task was assigned to the writer, what both of them did? George sat comfortably on the easy chair and Harris bent his knees as he sat on the sofa and kept his feet on the table. It means both of them are relaxing. Both of them are relaxing. Another line you see, this was hardly what I intended and what I meant, of course, was that I should wash the job and that Harris and George should potter about it is given to do some unimportant things. So the writer feels that packing this is the most important thing, and I myself should do it. And both of them were assigned to do some unimportant work. Second paragraph, you see, this was hardly what I intended. What I meant, of course, was that I should monitor the job, and Harris and George will do some unimportant work under his guidance. I'm pushing them aside every now and then with, oh, yeah, let me do it. There you are simple enough. Really touching them, as you might say, they're taking it in the way they did irritated me, and there is nothing does irritate me more than seeing other people sitting about doing nothing when I am working. It means what happened, you see, this was hardly what I intended, what I meant, of course, what was that I should watch this job. So that is the paragraph, second paragraph, you come to second paragraph. And the line you see, intended means planned or meant. Potter about also it is given to do some unimportant work. By saying that he would pack, what the writer did, the writer didn't mean that his friends will sit and relax while he would do all the work. The writer is not asking them to relax. Both of them have already said. But the writer doesn't mean that both of them will sit and will relax while he will do all the work. He had meant that he would monitor upon them while they would do all the course. It means the writer will ask them to bring that one or this one, and he will supervise. The writer actually wanted that Harris and George both will do whatever I will assign them. But the thing happened in a reverse way. Both of them felt that, okay, we are not assigned. Let's relax. You don't understand. But the writer has a different intention. He had a different intention. He had meant that he would boss upon them while they would do all the course. And he would nag them and course them, but not knowing the work well, and he would chip into sort out a mess they would create. And he was really irritated to see them sitting while he did all the work. He felt very much irritating to see them only sitting over there, relaxing over there, because the writer had no idea that these people will do like this. So, paragraph number two, anyone who is having doubt, paragraph number two, you tell me. In paragraph number two, any difficulty is there? Paragraph one and paragraph two. Shubham, any difficulties there? Riddhi, what we are discussing in paragraph number one and two, paragraph one, two, now we'll come back to three. So, paragraph number one, now paragraph number two also we have discussed. So, any difficulty? I think there is no difficulty at all. So briefly, once again, I am summarizing that in paragraph number one, you try to understand. In paragraph number, it is given that the writer thought that his ability to pack luggage it was better than other people, and he asked his friends George and Harris to hand over the complete task to him, the task of packing, and both of them agreed also. Both were ready to accept the offer instantly, and which was very, very strange. And George, after that, what happened, sat comfortably on the chair, easy chair, and Harris also bent his knees and he sat on the sofa and kept his feet on the table. So this is happening in paragraph number one. And in paragraph number two, it is given that by saying that he would pack, the writer didn't mean that his friends will sit and relax while he will do all the work. He wanted to monitor them. The task should be done by them. He wanted only to monitor as a boss. Okay. So in any organization, see if you take example of suppose Ambuja Cement Company, the unit head. What is the job of unit head? The unit head overall he will monitor the task. He will assign the task to different departmental people. How the process is being done. Rather, he will not directly come and do the work. He will be discharging another duty because overall company how it is being run, okay, how the things are operated. He will have an overlook on it. Rather, he will directly not come and do the manual work. Did you understand? So similarly, in this story also, what is happening? That the writer, when the writer said, "I am much efficient in painting," then both of them, what they thought, George and Harris, okay, if you are good at baking, then you do it, we are relaxing. But the writer had a different intention. He wanted to get the work done from them. He wanted to get the work done by them only. Simply, he wanted to monitor it, how to bake. But something different happened here. Both of them are quite relaxing, and the writer has to do all the work himself. This is happening. Did you understand? And the writer was fully irritated to see them sitting while he did all the work. So I think up to this one you are much clear. And third one you see, I lived with a man once who used to make me mad that way. And he would loll on the sofa and watch me doing things by the hour together. He said it. He said it did him real good to look on at me messing about. Now I am not like that. I cannot sit still and see another man slaving and working. I want to get up and superintend and walk around with my hands in my pockets and tell him what to do. It's my energetic nature. I cannot help it. So what the writer is saying, the story it is being narrated in the first person, singular number I, and the writer himself is narrating the story, what happened during the course of baking, what trouble he invited. So I lived with he is narrating one story here in paragraph number 3. You see, I lived with a man once who used to make me mad that way, as these people are doing. George and Harris. Loll on the sofa, it means to recline or lean in a relaxed manner. The way these two friends have said, it shows idealness, not idealness. So see, two meaning. One is their ideal and another one ideal. So who can tell what is the basic difference between ideal and ideal? So this is what's likely to be confused. So Subham, may I know from you what do you mean by Subham? Can you tell me what is the meaning of ideal and what is the meaning of the second one? Ideal, ideal and ideal. You say it. So I'll be really very happy anyone could answer it. Arya Tapasya, could you please tell me what do we mean by ideal and ideal? One example, can you show me an example, Subham? What do you mean by ideal? One example you can show me. Anyone voluntarily, any student can tell me answer. Can answer me. What example you can give? What is the basic difference? So many words for learning, and the child should understand also how to use the word. Yes. Okay, so you have written ideal means no movement, very good. And ideal means Anushka, ideal means free. Okay. But ideal means Anushka, you have written free, but the free word it will not come to actual solution. Ideal means lazy in a relaxing one, laziness. Ideal. Don't pass your time in an ideal way. If I cite example, don't pass your time in an ideal way. Many students in classroom, you have seen that when the teacher is not inside the classroom or in the absence of teacher, they will simply pass their time in an ideal manner. Ideal manner means in a lazy manner without doing any productive work. Laziness, yes, obviously you have written an ideal is perfect. See, many ideal people see your father can be an ideal for you, the perfect role model for you. So, your father can be an ideal for you. It means role model. We can say role model or perfect person as previously mentioned. So, if you know a particular word, simply don't know the meaning. Also, you try to use them in sentences. Okay, not only it will help you to score marks in each subject, also this SAP also you can do it in SST because understanding the sentence this is very very important and how to use the word at right time also this is very very important for all of us. Number three, you see, the writer is saying that once upon a time you used to live with a man who used to make him mad that way. He would loll on the sofa and watch me doing things by the hour together, and he said it did him real good to look on at me, messing about. Now I'm not like that. The writer is saying that once upon a time I used to do like this. I really this sort of work I don't like somebody should watch me sitting on sofa and I do work. Do you like to do that kind of job? Somebody should sit on sofa and will give you or will go on giving you advices. I do like this, do like that. Nobody like this. These days we all want that. Now see, after obtaining degree, would you like to do any manual job? So I am asking you one question. OSP, after obtaining the highest degree in your life in education field, would you like to do any clerical job? No. You want to do a very sophisticated job where you would like to boss other people, not you will be just. Rather, you are not going to be just. Now, these days, many people, many students might be thinking that, I want to be the manager, I want to be like the unit head, okay, in that post, so that I can monitor, I can guide the people. Not I should work under anyone's guidance. So the writer also doesn't like to work under someone's guidance. And it is happening also in the story. Both of them are sitting and the writer is doing that. So in paragraph number 3, you see this entire and messing about means I am telling you, messing about means wasting time doing something without a particular purpose. Both of them, George and Dennis, they are messing about in the story. And the writer is narrating one incident messing about means wasting time doing something with a particular purpose. Wasting time doing something with doing something. I have written in short form STS something without a particular purpose. Without particular purpose. This is the meaning. And sit still means sit without doing anything. Sit still. Sit without doing anything. Sit still. Sit without doing anything. And all of you know the meaning of superintendent. Superintendent, it means supervise or manage, to overlook the work. Superintendent. Okay, another meaning also here. SUPERI. And to manage the work. Superintendent. So in paragraph number three, you have to understand that what the writer is saying to all of you, he's just recollecting that once upon a time he lived with a man. एक आदमी के साथ रहता था. He used to live with a man and who would sit lazily on the sofa all day through and would watch the writer do all the work. The man would say that he enjoyed watching him go around doing all the work. That person was very happy. When the writer used to work under that person, the person used to become very happy because the writer is doing all the work. And the man would say that he enjoyed watching him go around doing all the work. And this would make the writer mad with anger. Of course, anybody see if it happens with you also, then you will be very much angry. Somebody will be unnecessarily asking, hey, you do this, do that, come here, go there. See, of course, you will be very much angry. And it really irritated the writer also, and the writer felt very much unhappy about it. And this would make the writer mad with anger. And the writer adds that he could not sit idle and watch others work like slaves. It means the writer, I am telling you, what is the nature of the writer? The writer is much more energetic. And before the energetic people, if somebody is passing the time in an ideal way, sitting lazily on sofa, not working anything, single stroke of work, then the person gets very much irritated. Because before hardworking people, because hardworking people, they always would like to do the work. And the writer doesn't like the idea that the person will be sitting and monitoring me, asking me to do this and do that. And this is happening also in the story that when the writer is doing all the work, both of them are sitting, relaxing on the sofa. And having seen that, the writer really feels very much irritated because he is very energetic. He wants that George and Harris also should get involved during the course of baking. So, in spite of helping the writer, both George and Harris in the whole story, if you go through the text, in the whole story, instead of helping the writer, George and Harris, they have added more burden that you have to understand. So this would make the writer mad with anger, and the writer adds that he could not sit idle and watch people work like slaves. So I hope that you all are able to understand this. So very much, I think, Aryatapa said this is very clear. Paragraph number 3. Now I am not like that. I cannot sit still and see another man slaving and working. I want to get up and superintend and walk around with my hands in my pockets and tell him what to do. It's my energetic nature. I cannot help it. But at the present moment, what is happening? The writer does not like that anybody should sit and watch him. It means each and everyone should be involved. It can be any minor task also, it can be any greater task also, no problem. How much greater or smaller the task is. So you have to put your effort. So this is the thing. So on the other hand, he liked to check their work around with his hands in his pocket and direct them on how to do the work properly. And he feels that he was very much energetic and it was a part of his nature to behave in that manner. The writer is very, very energetic and this was a part of his nature to behave in that manner. So another line you see, however, I did not say anything. However, I didn't say anything but started packing. It seemed a longer job than I had thought it was going to be. But I got the bag finished at last and I sat on it and strapped it. Strapped it means closed it. S-T-R-A-P-T. Strapped. Closed. Strapped means closed. Clear? So what is happening? However, I didn't say anything but started baking. It seemed a longer job than I had thought it was going to be. But I got the bag finished at last, and I sat on it and strapped it. It means the writer didn't say anything to his friend and started baking. As he closed it, what has happened? You see, ain't you going to put the boots in? Harry said. And I looked round and found that I had forgotten them. That's just like Harris. He couldn't have said a word until I had got the bag short and strapped up, of course. And George laughed, one of those irritating, senseless laugh of his. And they do make me so wild. The writer is saying that these two people know, George and Harris, really, they made me so much wild. Wild means mad with anger. So the meaning you should understand there. First of all, number 4 paragraph, you have to understand the writer didn't say anything to his friends and started packing. As he closed it, Harry said that he had forgotten to pack the boots. And the writer felt that Harry could have reminded him before. The writer felt that Harris could have reminded him before he had closed the bag, but he thought that Harris was like that. And this was followed by irritating laughter also by George, which made the writer very much wild with anger. वो बहुत गुस्सा हो गया. ऊपर से कुछ नहीं काम कर रहे. They are doing nothing. Rather, they are increasing the burden. Taking task is over. And they are watching what the writer is doing. Both of them are watching what the writer is doing. And after completing the task, they are giving irritating smile also. And reminding something is left out. किसी को भी गुस्सा आएगा. So I hope that you are well understanding this. Yes or no? So time has already been over. So we'll be discussing the remaining portion because I will take more 2 classes here. Okay. So this is very interesting story, and it revolves around the art of baking. During the process of baking, what happens, what are the troubles the writer is inviting, and already you have come to learn also that in paragraph 1 to 3 4 that what is the nature of the writer. He is very much energetic and he doesn't like people sitting and passing time in an ideal manner. Okay, so these all have been mentioned. So I hope if you read also of your own, you will be able to understand this. Nothing is there. Okay, but still we'll be discussing some more points on it, and then we'll come back to writing and grammar portion later. Okay, so thank you very much all of you for joining today's class, and tomorrow at sharp 11:30 I will start, and tomorrow faster we'll proceed. Okay, and we'll complete the task, and some questions and answer also we'll discuss, some extra questions and answer. Okay, so thank you very much for joining today's class. Thank you, have a nice day.